And Adrienne's
Only get
going to
better
talk
from here.
about preparedness advocate outreach and training for women in English proficiency communities. Thanks. So the Preparedness Advocates project really has two overarching desires. One is to really increase the emergency preparedness, as it says in your little snippet, outreach and training to all the counties in languages other than English. We do a lot of outreach and training now, and almost all of it is in English. We have a smidge of Spanish. The other overarching is to really expand the number of preparedness advocates that we have in the region. The Preparedness Advocates is a program that Multnomah County developed, which is on-call staff who are at least bilingual, who are preparedness nerds for the camera, and who will work, be paid for their skill, which is a big issue. We've had lots of very friendly volunteers who've been willing to translate or willing to train and that's just not the right thing. We should be paying them for their skill. So we want to be able to expand the program so that we have preparedness advocates in all the counties so that they can train in their own counties as well. Currently there are preparedness advocates in Multnomah, Clackamas, and Washington and Clark County. I'm pretty sure there aren't any in Columbia County. And the ones who have been at meetings where we've talked about this do light up when we say, look, here's an opportunity for you to train where you live also. And so we are looking at both those pieces, building the structure and the capability, but then also testing it out with a swath of training. When we work with preparedness advocates, there's a few different categories. Some of them need training. If we want them to go out and train listos in Chinese, off the top of my head, it's one that's being looked at right now, we need to train them to train for listos. And so there's train the trainer, then there's them going out and doing trainings, there's them going out and doing tabling events or outreach events in non-English languages, which always sounds very elitist, and I don't have a good term for that. And then something that Alice is doing right now is an idea of using a preparedness advocate to do a small specific project. So rather than me going and saying, what do I think the best way to reach out to the Russian community in social media would be, it's going to the preparedness advocate who already lives in the community, who is already speaking the language and has the cultural background to figure that out. So we have some time in there also for the counties to engage with preparedness advocates around specific planning pieces as well. I think that covers most of the aspects of this project.
So how does somebody get in touch with a preparedness advocate? Is that like a 2-on-1 kind of deal, or go through the jurisdictional emergency management agency?
It's Multnomah County right now, it's their program. So we're piloting right now, developing an IGA between Washington County and Multnomah County to kind of look at what is the communication, what is the process. You know, in a dream world, there's enough people accessing them that there's enough overhead that there can be contact. We're way far from that right now. But yeah, the Preparedness Advocate program really is a program of Multnomah County right now, specifically emergency management.
And then who oversees the consultant? Who's project managing the work? The lead.
I'm one of the leads when we, if it's funded, there'll be an equivalent in each county, usually the preparedness, the PEP coordinator in each county, but no contractor.
Sorry. And then, so you're in charge of the overall regional, but then there's these county contacts. Okay.
So for Washington County, I would be working within my county to figure out what trainings we want to do and what our plans are. And then working with Multnomah County.
Will there be metrics to measure, like where are we at now, where do we want to be, so like the impact of the work?
Yeah, so we're already talking about tracking the number of people who come to trainings, the number of trainings being offered. Our current, our kind of baseline metrics right now are almost none. I think, and a few people in the room who can correct me if I'm wrong, but for baseline, Washington County offers Listos and a few other outreaches in Spanish, but there's nobody else steadily offering that's not a preparedness advocate.
Right, so does the Multnomah County one have metrics? Do you copy?
Very new.
What kind of metrics are we, what do you?
Well, we want to increase preparedness, how are you measuring that?
We want to increase preparedness outreach.
Outreach?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that would just be, each county would have to come up with how many classes they wanted to host.
Okay.
Or if there were specific events, like one of the specific events that Multnomah County has is participation in the CPR, all CPR day, right, in multiple languages.
Yeah.
And I think our matrix for the metrics for the next year are getting at least 3 languages that can teach, that are certified trainers, and then the Listos, getting that in multiple languages, because of course Listos is Spanish already, so it wouldn't be Listos, it would be some other, but yeah.
Those would be included in the grant agreement with probably Multnomah County, if that's who's ever gonna hold the dollars for this, they'll have to be milestones and deliverables and metrics that'll be delivered. That's what you'll be reporting on in your quarterly partnership. Is that what you're expecting?
Okay, so far we are on time.